own hands. Just a little look. She stroked the screen, surprising the icons to life, and bent over the iPad as if it was a good book. There was nothing good about this reading matter. Adam was a whiz with his recording gear, but verged on incompetent with other technical equipment. He'd never caught on that his online calendar was visible to Fern. She'd almost come clean the time she'd read a week before her birthday, meeting at pub re-F surprise party. Hating to burst his bubble, she'd simply rehearsed a look of pure amazement for when 40 people yelled "Surprise!" as she walked into the White Horse. Despite their physical separation, the iPad told Fern exactly what Adam was up to today. Scrolling past 9 a.m. dentist and 10:40 bank meeting, she found what she was looking for. 1 p.m. Lunch, PW, at the Wellness Shack. Yesterday he'd lunched with PW at some other worthy-sounding establishment, and the evening before that they'd gone to see a play. This mysterious PW dotted his days. A string of pearls whose ghostly glimmer caught Fern's eye. She remembered the first time she'd seen those initials. Fern hadn't been probing back then. She'd simply been looking for the date of the parents' evening at Tallulah's school when she'd read 4 p.m. PW at Starbucks. It had intrigued her, but not unduly. Probably some client, she thought, before noticing the initials again 1 week later, lunch PW. The day after that, 3:30 p.m. PW at White Horse. When, oh so very casually, she'd asked Adam where he'd been on the day of his 3:30 rendezvous, he'd answered, "The gym." That's when it had started. The rot. The cold, damp tentacles of distrust. Fern had always boasted that she and Adam never lied to one another, but now he was covering his tracks. Why? That question had dogged her, tripping her up on the stairs, prodding her awake at dawn, insinuating itself into her quiet moments. When Fern was upbeat, she answered, "Who cares?" But when Fern was vulnerable, when she and Adam had argued, she would answer, "Oh, come on. Why does any man lie about where he's been?" Hating herself, Fern had delved further. Going through paperwork that Adam had filed, i.e. thrown in a folder and forgotten, she married up the date of PW's lunch and a receipt from a tapas place in W1. She knew what this PW had eaten, but she knew nothing else, except that once or twice a week, PW met AC at a variety of upmarket bars and restaurants. Champagne cocktails were drunk, Dover sole was eaten, hefty tips were left. Whatever else went on was beyond the power of the receipts and the calendar to reveal. That didn't stop Fern from gazing at them, addicted to the pain they caused. She and Adam had managed to break up their happy home without mention of the mysterious PW. It wasn't cut and dried. PW could be a guy, some time-consuming producer. It wasn't necessarily a Patricia or a Paula. It could just as easily be a Paul. Or a Peregrine. Okay, that's unlikely. Adam would tell her eventually, and oh, how they'd laugh. She could already hear herself hooting, "And there was me thinking you were having an affair!" And Adam would giggle, "You loony, what do you take me for?" Truthfulness was a habit they fed, a muscle they kept warm. Fern had never doubted Adam until the day she'd asked, offhand, if they knew anybody with the initials PW. Without asking why she wanted to know, which to newly neurotic Fern had been suspicious in itself, Adam thought hard. He thought so hard.